It starts with roughly, I'm sure the list is longer than this, but some of the most common animals that are killed every year and how many for human consumption. I'll tell you this, chickens are at the top of the list.
Okay.
And it's by far.
Really?
But go ahead and start this. I just think it's interesting.
Turtles? Hold up.
4,600 turtles a year.
Whoa, scorpions are eaten? Who?
Camels, apparently 3 million are eaten every year.
People are eating donkeys and mules?
And this is globally, by the way.
Horses. Wow. Well, fish, that makes sense. Herring.
You'll notice that like the really high numbers are sea, or like
dogs. 25 million of them. Hold up, pigeons. Eat 7. Whoa! I gotta go back on this one. Hold on a second. Guinea pigs, 70 million a year are eaten.
Right, I thought they're just pets.
Who's eating it? I know it ain't us Americans.
Yeah, Americans keep guinea pigs as pets. Also dogs, by the way. 25 million dogs a year. That's definitely
first
outside
of all,
the U.S.
I can kind of understand. There's a lot of meat there. And I have a story about thinking, or at least someone told me I might have eaten dog. Do you want to hear the story real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Philippines. No offense to Philippine people, but I was having a hard time with my stomach, from the food there. And I was eating this, what I thought was chicken. And I was asking, hey, what happened to the dogs I was hanging out with yesterday? And the guy just looked down at his food and shrugged his shoulders. And I was like, no. And then they changed the subject and I was just like trying to get it out. I'm like, am I eating dog? And they all just laughed. So I think they were playing a joke on me. I don't think I really ate dog.
I don't know. Anybody else who's been to the Philippines, or if you're from the Philippines, like
if that was a good joke, if it was, because I was paranoid the whole day. I was like, am I eating the dogs I was playing with yesterday? Because they were just in a little kennel, Hey, either way.
You might have been. Who knows?
But anyways, guineas are so small is what I'm saying.
Well, that's why you got to kill so many.
Okay, so sharks, cows, 300 million. Goats are more than cows? Lamb, I can understand.
Well, so pause again. So just keep in mind, so there's 500 million lobsters killed and 300 million cows. As we said before, one cow goes a long way. So
you're right.
The size of the animal does have some impact here, but go ahead.
Sheep. Wow. Turkey, 656 million. I get the salmon. Crabs.
So you see some of the seafood is really
tuna.
high. It's harvested in mass
tunas
quantities.
Are expensive. Rabbits, 1.2 billion.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Where? Who's hunting that many rabbits?
They don't hunt them.
They breed them.
Raise them.
Pigs, 1.5 billion. Wow. Whoa. Who's eating 2 billion octopuses?
I don't know, man. Huh. Well, I think a lot of it'll go into sushi. That's like a fine.
What's
dish.
The name? What's the
calamari?
Calamari? Is it?
I think it was yeah, I'm pretty sure.
See, notice how they rename it. They don't want you to be like, yeah, right. You're eating squid. Didn't you eat squid in New York City? Little bitty ones?
Dude, I will eat any and all seafood.
Wild. You are seafood. Wild. Oh, Jake, you'll be fine. Meanwhile, 6 hours later, I'm throwing up. Me.
Oh yeah, you were throwing up.
Well, I was sick in New York City.
You were?
Bahamas. Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. So you're saying I ate the squid, but
yeah, you
got sick.
Yeah, I got sick. I can't eat it. Anyways, barracuda, that surprises me. Oysters, I don't think that bother. Goose? This kind of makes sense. Shrimp. Like you said, they're small, so it makes sense. Ew. I don't know. I don't like catfish. I used to eat catfish.
I like catfish.
It just tastes too muddy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Catfish are bottom feeders, so I
remember when I was a kid,
they're not exactly a
they used to go
fish, but
and fish catfish down by the dam on the reservoir side, and they'd be gigantic, and everybody was so excited about how heavy they were, and I always thought it tasted like dirt, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean that's where they live, and at the bottom.
God.
I have no idea what a pangaseous is.
Sardines, 14 billion. Holy shit. 70 billion chickens a year in the world?
And I actually saw some. So the research that I did showed really anywhere from 70 to 80 billion. Let me give you some like some context here.
Bro.
Just to put it in perspective. If we say 75 billion chickens are killed each year, that's roughly 205 million per day.
Say that again.
If 75 billion chickens are killed per year globally, the math works out to 205 million chickens killed every day in the world. 205 million.
I'm kind of impressed with
per day
how they can even do that.
Right? Well, meat birds. So meat birds like ours, from the point that they were like basically brand new chicks to when we harvested them, was about 3 months.
Okay.
So
that's pretty fast.
So they grow very fast. And
like I said, they're thick.
Pigs take about 9 months. Cows take about 2 years. And that's one of the arguments for something like what Upside Food is doing with lab-grown chicken. 2 weeks is all it takes to go from the initial cell to something that's edible. So it's faster, but also you don't have the burden on all the resources. Again, cows take a lot of land. They take a lot of acreage in order to, like, for 2 years to grow. They create a lot of waste in, you know, whether it's cows or pigs, chickens even. Those things shit a lot.
You're right.
They create, there's a lot of chicken poop. But if you could have, you know, essentially waste-free, land-free, not land-free entirely, because these factories actually are pretty complex and big. But what they're growing, there's no skin, no bones, no nervous system, but also therefore there's no immune system. So like lab-grown chicken and lab-grown chicken cells are very susceptible, I guess, to bacteria. So that is a problem. If anything gets in there, like basically the bacteria will rapidly spread throughout the entire culture and destroy.
Because they're feeding it nutrients, which would probably also feed.
And there's no immune system. So it will feed on those cells and destroy that entire batch or whatever. So a big priority for Upside Foods in their spaces is sanitation. They do have to use some amount of antibiotics initially, I guess, in the very, very early stage. I don't know. But they're not doing it. They're not injecting the meat itself with antibiotics. So, you know, and what's interesting is, like, there's a lot of people, by the way, who will complain about this idea of like processed fake animals. But like, there's a lot of Americans, especially, who eat all kinds of shit. They eat all kinds of processed
Doritos, Fritos,
fake food. Exactly.
Cheese puffs.
Like Cheetos is not real food.
No.
You know, neither is the gigantic big gulp, you know, Dr. Peppers that people will drink 3 a day or whatever. Like, that's not real food. That's not real drink. That is all synthetic nonsense.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. If you want to see the full podcast, be sure to click on the link in the description. And if you feel like it, hit subscribe.